Diecast Nerds is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some shit. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Hello everybody, and what's happening with all of you out there? It is time for another episode of Diecast Nerds Galactic Hooligan, and I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me once again, and my gods, every single one of you looks amazing. Look at you. Yeah, you. Yeah, I saw what you're doing over there. But I have questions though, you know, like what's with the top hat and the monocle, but at the same time you've got like, we'll talk. Anyway, so appreciating each and every one of you being here once again. And today it is Take Your Kid to Work Day, because today we're actually going to be doing a little bit of Legends action here. I've actually got Legends Shockwave over here. A lot of you actually ask me, do you even do Legends? And I will, if I thought something was actually like really worth it and everything like that. This is why I'm actually taking a look at Shocky over here. And I'm actually going to have a direct comparison with Voyager class Shockwave from the Transformers Prime line, and I just wanted to see exactly how these two would actually compare to each other, since they're very, very similar to one another. So again, welcome to my show. Thanks for joining me. If this is like the 11 billionth time that you've actually joined me, thank you again for coming back once again. I know that you can actually be wasting your time with a lot of other reviewers. I'm actually really happy that you're actually with me. If this is your first time joining me, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'd really appreciate it. It's a small step for you, but a giant leap for me as I'm actually trying to grow my viewership. Now, let's take a look at Singular Vision, Evil to Foot. And hello everyone again, and here we are. We're taking a look at Shockwave. And don't mind anything in my background. If you have actually heard any sounds or anything like that coming, there's a party that's actually being thrown like next door and everything. I was actually being offered some beers and mimosas and everything like that, and I was just like, if I wasn't drinking yesterday. But today is actually a new day, and today I'm actually facing things rather soberly and everything, and today we're actually doing a little bit of Shockwave action over here. This Shockwave is a part of the Studio Series Bumblebee line, and before we actually go into that, let's talk about a little bit about this box here that he actually comes in. He is in the smallest packaging that I've ever seen Hasbro actually make for this and everything, and it's kind of nice, but this is the one thing that always concerns me. You see the depth? You see how I can actually kind of like come in there and poke in this thing and everything, you know? I think that the cellophane wrapper should have actually still been used here and everything, because I'm still thinking that I get it, Hasbro. You're actually trying to like reduce your carbon footprint. I really think that you should still make like at least a recyclable plastic or something that's actually on the front, or you know, something to that effect, because you know, like not only will you actually be deterring theft and everything when it actually comes down to these guys and everything, because like I really hate making anything that much more easy for like people to actually get into it, but I also hate like the thought of like somebody else's like grubby paws and everything like that, just like being all over this thing. And that's me being positive about this, you know? Like, I like the size of this. I think it's actually nice that you've actually downsized the boxes and are all together. I think that's actually really, really nice. We actually have like a little bit of Shockwave's face over here and everything. That's actually very cool. You actually have like a movie still photo, movie still image and everything. That's nice. You actually have production shots right over here, like all your ambiguity over here and everything like that with the manufacturer's stuff. You know, you actually have this right over here. Very cool. You know, I love this, you know what I mean? But like, it's just this thing. This thing is actually one thing that actually bothers me about this whole thing. Otherwise than that, it's actually okay. This is actually nice also. You actually get like a little bit of a background thing just in case you actually wanted to use it for your Shockwave. It's kind of ineffective and everything, you know, because you actually have like holes all over the place and everything where you actually had like the wraps and everything that you were actually secured Shockwave in here with. So that's actually kind of I don't know, that's kind of a miss to me and everything. I kind of feel like this could have actually been like left plain and everything. And I don't know, like I kind of feel like it's actually kind of like a missed opportunity with just making things plain instead of like putting more of a dollar production value in here instead of all this, which is actually still used for your bigger figures and everything. I would rather see you just like use the cellophane and protect your figures and everything. I feel the same way about like the upcoming Legacy figures, you know? That would be great. You actually have like everything over here. You actually have your transformation scheme, your information booklet here and everything. That's actually nice also. You know, so like that's actually cool. It's actually pretty clear and everything. I like the fact that it's actually all in like all in purple and grays and gray tones and everything. So that's actually really nice, you know? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I'm like the box is actually okay. Just the cellophane, you know, like protect the box. Anyway, I digress. As it's not, the box isn't the most important thing, but the figure is. And so let's take a deep look into this guy. And already I like the modeling that they actually did on this. It's actually very cool. I like the plastic also and everything. You know, the plastic doesn't really feel cheap at all or anything like that. In fact, they actually have like a lot of like really great detail and everything in here. We actually see like a lot of like the detailing and everything going into his spine here and everything. That's really nice. His back, very, very cool. If you actually look really close, there's like a lot of like etched details and everything over here and in his arms. Very, very cool. Like I really like the fact that you actually went that much more of an extra measure to get into just creating like the illusion that Shockwave actually has like actual treads here and everything. I like the treading that's actually going under the back here and everything also. The one thing I dislike is the fact that this part of it is actually kind of hollow and everything, you know? But there are, and I've actually been checking out Facebook today and everything, there are a couple of like people who are actually making like fillers and everything for this. Some pretty amazing fillers at that point. So like, that's not too bad or anything. But aside from that, he's actually okay. I love like all the stuff dealing with his treads over here and his inner arms here. I like all the detailing over here and in his fist. I always love that design, you know, like the chest design and everything is just like always really spectacular. And that mono eye, just really, really great, kind of like still really reminiscent of the Transformers Prime. Hold on, sorry about the shaky camera, everybody. But kind of like really reminiscent of Transformers Prime Shockwave here and everything with that one mono eye and everything. And I like the width that they actually gave this one as opposed to this here and everything. So like, I kind of feel like they actually got the inspiration from this altogether, from this design, because it was at that time just a great like way of doing things and everything. I really love that. I love the fact that this one actually has light piping. I kind of wish that this guy actually had light piping too, in that yellow eye of his and everything. I kind of feel like that would have actually like made him like a little bit better in my mind's eye and everything. But aside from that, he's actually just okay. He actually comes with like some articulation and everything for a Legends class figure and everything. It's actually pretty nice. He actually has like turn at the head. He actually, I don't think he can actually, yeah, he doesn't go up and down. He does actually turn at the head though and everything, dealing with a hinge. He actually has shoulder rotation right over here done by a ball joint that's actually on the inside. He has an under 90-degree bend at his elbow over here, so that's actually okay. He actually has bicep rotation right over here, which is nice. For his forearm, he has rotation right over here also and everything, dealing with his transformation. You can actually remove the cannon out of his hand, so that's actually kind of nice also. And let's see here, he doesn't have anything at his waist, but he does actually kick out just about this far, just dealing with like all the clunkery and everything, dealing with his thigh over here. He actually goes up a little bit further and everything. He does have a good forward kick, so that's nice. He actually has no thigh rotation or anything like that, but he actually does have this thing. So if you actually really needed to make use out of that somehow, you could, and that's also due to transformation. He actually has under 90 degrees right over here and in his knee, and a lot of dorsiflexion, so that's actually really nice. He actually does cover a lot of things here, but like there are a couple of things that are a little bit lackluster and everything, just dealing with the model itself. So while editing my video this tonight, actually, I just realized that I didn't get a chance to talk about his blast effects compatibility, which I think is actually really cool. Check this out. Like, I thought that he wasn't going to come with anything cool whatsoever or anything like that, because I don't know if I actually gave a great review on this guy or anything. He's actually pretty cool. I like him. But he is blast effects compatible. Look at this guy wielding his weapons like a badass and everything. If that's not cool, I don't know what is. I really love these blast effects. Again, Hasbro Takara-san, you are missing a golden opportunity to make these blast effects more of a thing. I'm actually kind of surprised to see them go in Legacy and everything. I really want to see more of these actually happen and everything, but like, look at this. That is super cool, and it actually gives you a lot more playability on this figure. So that's my bit about the blast effects. Now back to the review. Shockwave does have a lot of Shockwave alikes that he actually has to follow. He follows Shockwave from Transformers Prime, my favorite Legend Shockwave, at least, from McFan's Toys. Depending on how you see him, Leader Class or Voyager Class Shockwave, and I really still love to see Shockwave. He's actually still one of my favorites. And I wouldn't be able to talk about this without showing you a couple of Studio Series figures here. So we actually have Bumblebee and Voyager Class Starscream here from the Studio Series line, who is amazing, but we'll actually take a look at him another time. And yeah, this guy's actually okay. You know, like, one thing that I actually do get a lot of complaints about, that I'm actually hearing about on the web and everything, is like, why isn't he a Voyager class? Why didn't we get a Voyager class? We are actually getting a Voyager class Shockwave. You know, that's actually been stated already. The only thing about this though is I feel as though Hasbro is actually still trying to test the Legends lineup, especially in this, just to see exactly how successful they're actually going to be here and everything like that, because like Legends class and like other places are actually like a lot more finely constructed and everything, you know, and they're like a lot more robust. Their transformation schemes are actually so much better and everything than what we actually have here in what the American version of these figures and everything. Well, American and Japanese versions and everything. So I'm sorry about that, aside. But also, like with this, there's like a lot of play value in this and everything like that. This actually kind of like reminds me of the times where parents are actually looking around for like the $10 toy that they can actually buy their kids and everything. And even though the $10 toy has actually taken a drastic drop in everything, this is actually still not bad and everything, you know? I'm pretty sure that there are a few adult collectors who will actually absolutely love this and everything, especially for like if they're figure, or if your favorite character happens to be Shockwave, there goes a mini Shockwave that you can actually put into your pocket and everything like that, or for your desk and everything like that, or just mess around with and everything, you know what I mean? So like, he's actually very, very cool, you know, and I think he's actually okay, you know? I'm not like 100% totally ecstatic with him or anything like that, because we actually still do have like a few of the looser parts and everything, which, I mean, obviously I can actually fix now and everything like that, since I've actually gotten like a lot more savvy with how to fix things and everything. And, you know, as far as anything else is actually concerned, the transformation kind of like leaves me a little bit lackluster and everything, or at least the final product of this transformation. So we'll actually go into that. You'll actually see the heavier influence that Transformers Prime actually got here and everything, and we're gonna do that now. Transforming Shockwave into his cyber tank mode, we're actually going to take off his weapon here, which is actually also really nice. You know, like they have like a lot of good painted detailing in here, very nice. But we'll do that. We'll bring this like so, and we'll actually put that to the side. Now, after that, we're going to take his legs and kind of collapse him like that. We will open up his chest, and then we'll bring this all the way down and fold this on. Well, once we actually get this down here, we're actually going to fold this on the inside, and this notch right over here, it actually goes right into that peg hole. So you just want to squeeze that in. We are then putting his feet down. We're making sure that we actually go in here, and there is a hole that actually gets pegged, that this goes right into. This peg actually goes right into this hole. We're actually going to do the same thing over here, and there it goes. Working behind the camera, we are going to then collapse this whole entire thing in, and there's actually going to be a peg that's actually right here that goes right into that slot. So all you have to do is just do this, turn Shockwave's head around, and we're going to peg this right here like so. Do the same thing on the other side. So peg into slot of the forearm. And now, last but not least, we're going to make sure that we turn this over at the forearm, and there's going to be a peg right over here, and turn this right by the forearm. There we are. And then slot and peg this in like that. And after doing all of that, there is a peg that goes right into the slot right over here on his head. And there we are. And there goes Shockwave in his H-Tank mode. Now, what can I actually say about Shockwave in H-Tank mode? He's actually okay, you know, I mean, he's a Shockwave, you know what I mean? And, like, I don't know, like, I'm actually kind of, like, really amiss with, like, what's going on here. I appreciate the sci-fi turn that they're actually taking on this guy, but this is one of the things that will actually ruin it for me more than anything else, and I think you already saw a precursor for that. But there goes Shockwave's head in the back with his hands just kind of like hanging out back there and everything, and it kind of like makes me feel as though there was like a lot of beautiful effort that was actually going on in the front, and like right in his torso also, and I appreciate that so much. But like when you actually get to the back and everything, it kind of like makes me feel as though he's actually kind of like rolling on, but he's actually just trying to drag on for dear life and everything, because he doesn't want to go into battle or anything like that, you know what I mean? And is that what Shockwave is actually really supposed to say? Like, I don't know, but like aside from that, he's actually okay. He's actually got a turret that actually can go up and down, and it's actually only due to the fact that it's actually plugs right into the back of his head and everything, you know? I think a cool engineering trick would have actually been to like actually just where it actually plugs right into the port here. They could have actually reversed the peg and just kind of like placed it where they actually slid it right into the back. And I think that would have actually made like a better version of Shockwave and everything. As far as this is actually concerned, it's actually okay, you know, like H-Tanks are actually kind of like a hit or a miss with like a lot of people. I actually like the H-Tank design. I really kind of feel as though this is actually kind of like a direct influence of Transformers Prime's tank. Now, I really think that this is actually just kind of like really a direct carryover from the H-Tank that Shockwave was in Transformers Prime. And you can already see the similarities and everything with like the way the legs actually work here and everything, the way the feet are actually supposed to be are right here. Like, it looks like they actually just wanted to like just take the design and use it for the movie and everything, you know? And since we don't really see Shockwave in H-Tank mode in the movie and everything, this was actually kind of like a good way for them to kind of like regurgitate the design and everything and make it their own. I don't know, like it's actually okay. I like the thought of Shockwave actually being a tank on Cybertron and everything instead of like a giant gun, but I think I would have actually fanboyed so much if he was a giant gun there and everything. That would have actually just floored me and everything altogether. I kind of wish that they actually had something like this where you actually press onto Voyager Shockwave's turret here, and it actually kind of looks like raw power is actually supposed to be coming over there, or like some kind of like typhoon weapon or something. And I kind of feel like there should have actually been so much more done with this, but at the same time, it is legend size, you know, so I actually have to forgive like certain things that couldn't be done in this size class and everything, you know. But aside from that, it's just okay, you know. I do want to see much more when it actually comes down to the Voyager class of this, because I do definitely think that Hasbro and Takara can actually make a really great Voyager size of this guy. And I really can't wait to see exactly how that actually compares to this one. I'm also going to give you a comparison between Shockwave and Siege Shockwave here. And yeah, I'm actually like just using him in space gun mode here and everything. Again, I kind of wish that they could have actually done something like this for the movie, because it would have actually been just kind of like so out of sorts and so like just inspired by science fiction and everything. Like, I think that would have actually been so perfect. And don't mind me, I actually have to hold him up here and everything because he is not going to stand or anything like that. But MechFans Toys version of Shockwave over here and everything. So I just wanted to show you what their offering was compared to the Legend class over here. And just so you can actually see like the stark differences and everything, it's actually kind of nice. Shockwave with his cold-hearted god logic at his side is okay. You know, like, I'm trying to find something extremely great to say about him and everything. I like his plastic quality. His plastic quality is actually really nice. The painting, his painting is actually really nice also. But I'm actually trying to find something extra spectacular to say about him. I'm still, like, thinking that, like, the best size class for him will probably be Voyager or Leader, as per Leader class Shockwave over here. And this guy right over here, MechFans Toys, is actually a really fun figure and everything like that also, except for like maybe some of the oily plastic that actually goes on in him and everything. This version of Shockwave just kind of reminds me more about like the Transformers Prime Shockwave and everything more than anything else. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will actually say that if they actually had this guy and everything. Is he going to be like my favorite Shockwave? Not really, but he is actually still a pretty good one nonetheless, you know? I'm actually going to form some final thoughts, and I will come back to you in just a moment. So what can I say about this little itty-bitty Legends guy? He's okay. He's okay. I can't really be too totally negative on this guy, but I can't really be too totally positive on this guy either or anything like that. I'm actually I'm in a quandary of which way I should actually go with this guy. If you like him, get him, like, because I'm pretty sure like anybody who actually gets him will actually like messing around with him for a while, you're actually going to find some value in this guy and everything. I think he's just okay. He would probably get like a number 4. He'd probably get a 4 from me, or like maybe a 3.5, or I don't know. I can't like really go past 4 or anything like that with this guy. H-Tank design is okay, but is it like uninspired? It kind of is, you know. We've actually seen it before. We've actually seen this kind of Shockwave before. I like the robot mode. The robot mode is actually pretty cool. But, you know, at the same time, he actually does have this whole thing with this, like, gap over here that's actually kind of, like, leaving me a little bit lackluster and everything. So, I don't know. 4. That's what I'm going to go with. That's what I'm going to go with. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? But, like, he's okay, you know? But if you actually like him, I'm pretty sure you're actually going to love him. If you love Shockwave as a character, you're gonna love him, you know? I like him for the fact that he's Shockwave, you know? I'm not gonna lie about that. But, he's okay. And that'll actually be it for me today and everything. And really thank you all for joining me once again on my trip through nerddom. I really appreciate each and every one of you joining me. And remember 2 things. The most amazing thing that you can actually do is being kind to each other and being kind to yourselves. Make sure that you actually treat each other out there with kindness. Make sure you treat yourself with kindness, because you are priority number 1. What the other thing about kindness and everything, make sure you're treating everybody as you're treating yourself, you know, because that's the number 1 rule. Also, when these stop being magical, even this guy, number 4, even this guy is a little bit magical. When these stop being magical, that's when I stop collecting. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Take care of each other, and I'll definitely talk to you soon.